Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm back with another Magic the Gathering opening experience. Today I have in front of me a 2014 core set intro pack. So far on my channel I've already opened up the white, blue, red, green themed intro decks, and now I'm completing the cycle by opening up the black intro deck. The black intro deck is going to be a black-red intro deck called Death Reaper. So I'll go ahead and get right into the contents. Each of these intro decks came with two 2014 core set booster packs. Sometimes these are difficult to get into. I've found that if I can get to them from the bottom, it's a little bit easier than trying to get to them from the top. There's the intro deck, both of the booster packs. So I'm going to set all this off to the side. Going to be opening up these booster packs in videos later on my channel, so I'll set those off to the side. If you haven't seen the other videos, I've added links to each of the intro deck openings in the description below. On my channel I've also created a playlist where you can watch all 5 of the intro deck openings. In each of those I've opened up both of these. I won't be opening up this one as it's a general description of how to play the game. This one I think is somewhat cool. In each of the intro decks in the sets back in the day, there would be a fold out like this that would give basic description of the game, but on the back side of it there would be a checklist for each of the intro decks. So there's the white one, the blue, the black that I'm opening today, Death Reaper, the red, and the green. Alright, getting right into this intro deck. For whatever reason, this intro deck was a little more expensive to pick up than the other 4. As usual, if there are any cards in this intro deck that have a value over $1, I'll add a value down below the card. I'll also add the value for any of the rares as well. Each intro deck had 2 rares. The first or top rare of the deck was usually a foil. This one is Liliana's Reaver, a 4 mana 4/3 zombie with Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. So nifty, powerful card. I can see that it's got some printing lines across it, though I'm thinking that was probably done post-production with the plastic wrapping that goes around these intro decks. So I'll set Liliana's Reaver right there. And typically the intro decks were quite a bit less powered, obviously with only 2 rares in them. Festering Newt, 1 drop. When it dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. That creature can get -4/-4 instead if I control a creature named Bogbrew Witch. So looks like I've got 3 Festering Newts. Then a Child of the Night, 2-drop vampire with lifelink at 2/1. Back in the day when Child of the Night was pretty useful, it's since been surpassed because there's more complexity in the game nowadays. First uncommon is going to be Gnawing Zombie, 2 mana, 1/3 zombie. I can pay 1 and a black, sacrifice a creature. Target player loses 1 life, and I gain a life. So 2 Gnawing Zombies. Tenacious Dead, another 1-drop. It's a Skeleton Warrior at 1/1. When it dies, I can pay 1 and a black. If I do, I return it to the battlefield tapped under my control. Repeatable Blocker, or Repeatable Sacrifice Fodder, 2 of those. Blood Baron, 3 mana, 2 and a black. It's a vampire at 2/2. Sacrifice another creature. Blood Baron gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So this gives a little bit of an idea of the synergy that Black had within Core Set 2014. Sacrifice creatures and grow other creatures. Blood Baron, looks like there are 2 of those. Undead Minotaur. This is what I'm talking about. For 3 mana, a 2/3 vanilla creature, just doesn't do it. Let me guess, 3 of those? No, 2 of them. Alright, the first red card Get my pile kind of straightened up here a little bit. The first red card is going to be Academy Raider for 3 mana. It's a 1/1 human warrior, has Intimidate, so it couldn't be blocked unless it was blocked by an artifact creature or a red creature. And whenever Academy Raider deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Looks like there are a couple of those. Alright, it does have a Bogbrew Witch in it. For 4 mana, it's a human wizard at 1/3. 2 generic mana and tap it. I can search my library for a card named Festering Newt or Bubbling Cauldron, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle my library. So kind of a fetch card, if you will, to go get the Festering Newts and the Bubbling Cauldrons. Put that right up here above the Academy Raider. Set it off to the side so it's a little more evenly distributed on the camera. Deathgaze Cockatrice, 4 mana, 2/2 flyer with Death Touch. A little underpowered there. Vampire Warlord, 5 mana. It's an uncommon, 4/2. This Vampire Warrior, if I sacrifice another creature, I can regenerate Vampire Warlord. So with the sacrifice theme in this deck, it's a way to keep these 4/2s on the battlefield. Sengir Vampire, 5 mana, 3/2 black. It's a vampire, 4/4 flyer. Whenever a creature dealt damage by a Sengir Vampire this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Sengir Vampire. This harkens all the way back to the original days of Magic. Pretty cool card. And there are 2 of those. That's awesome. Minotaur Abomination, 6 mana, 4/6. No abilities. Yikes. Alright, taking a look at the lands, my guess is there is going to be 26 lands in here. I'm going to guess there's probably 15 swamps and 11 mountains. Let's take a look. I was way wrong. 17 swamps. So does that mean there's only 9 mountains? No, there's 8 mountains. So 25 basic lands, but quite a difference between how many black cards are going to be in this deck and how many red cards. Alright, finishing out with instant and sorceries. Ring Flesh, single mana, instant, target creature gets -3/-1 until end of turn. Can nerf one of my opponent's creatures, but it doesn't do much on the way of actually killing them, and I don't know that I'd want to play this on a creature with only 1 toughness. Looks like there are 3 of those. Barrage of Expendables, a single red mana for an enchantment at uncommon. I can pay a single red mana, sacrifice a creature. Barrage of Expendables deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Not sure how awesome that is. Smelt, single red mana, destroy target artifact. And there's the Bubbling Cauldron. For 2 generic mana, I get an artifact at uncommon. I can pay 1 generic, tap it, sacrifice a creature, I gain 4 life. Or I can pay 1 generic mana, tap it, sacrifice a creature named Festering Newt. Each opponent loses 4 life, and I gain 4 life equal to the life lost this way. That's a pretty interesting combo. I'll set that up right up there and talk about it toward the end of the video. Thunderstrike, 2 mana, 1 and a red instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike at end of turn. Combat Trick. Looks like there's going to be 3 of those. Staff of the Death Magus, 3 generic mana, uncommon. Whenever I cast a black spell or a swamp enters the battlefield under my control, I gain a life. Set that maybe up there. Active Treason, 3 mana, 2 and a red, sorcery at common. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Basic threat and effect. Corrupt. I remember this card. 6 mana, 5 and a black, sorcery at uncommon. Corrupt deals damage equal to the number of swamps I control to target creature or player. I gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. And 2 copies to finish it out. Alright, I'm going to dig out the Festering Newts and show off what I think is a pretty cool combo with it. If I was going to rebuild this intro deck, I would definitely include a playset of Festering Newts, a playset of Bubbling Cauldrons, and a playset of Bogbrew Witches, because I think that'd be a winning combination, and I would beef up the deck to focus more on the life drain aspect of the deck. Alright, the combo is get some Festering Newts out there. If everything goes to plan, on turn 1 you play a Festering Newt, turn 2 Bubbling Cauldron, maybe on turn 3 another Festering Newt, turn 4 Bogbrew Witch. Once they're all out there, you can do the Bubbling Cauldron effect by sacrificing a Festering Newt so it dies, and because Bogbrew Witch is on the battlefield, I take out one of my opponent's bigger creatures by giving it -4/-4, and because of Bubbling Cauldron, they'll lose 4 life and I'll gain 4 life. Alright, that is the 2014 core set intro deck Death Reaper. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell me in the comments section what you think about this Death Reaper intro deck. Until next time, when I'm back with another Magic the Gathering opening experience.